The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall-Greider. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall-Greider.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope that you had a beautiful week and that we are finding you ready to take a pause, take a breath, lean in, and really nourish you. You are the center of our conversation and our time together today. And what we're really excited to bring forward for you is support in really stepping into your passion, not someone else's passion, but yours, and shining in that and really bringing that gift full circle. But we want to make sure that we include balance, because I want you to be able to keep shining. I want you to be able to keep bringing your passion forward. And I think sometimes we think it has to be all or nothing, that we need to be passionate to the point of burnout, and then we end up getting burnt out and losing our momentum. And then we have to go on a healing journey. And what I would love for you to be able to take from today are tips and ideas of how to step into your passion, which is very much the way I want you to be able to live your life, but in a sustainable way. And I believe the key to that is really finding a balance of what things are supportive to you in your own unique balance. We all have a different way we're wired, a different way we're made, and so we probably have a slightly different formula, in a sense, to maintaining our balance. And here's the key I want you to just pause and think about today. Because I had a big misunderstanding around this, and it took me a little time to really get this. So I'm going to say it a couple times today on our show, that we can't serve from a depleted model. If we're serving and pouring out from ourselves to the point of we're giving what we actually need to nourish and sustain ourselves, that will lead to burnout. It is not a sustainable model. However, if we can make sure that we ourselves are fully nourished, fully taken care of, that creates an overflow that we can keep serving and keep serving and keep serving from without ever running low, without ever going into a depletion mode. That's a sustainable model. And that's what I really want you to be able to bring into your life. So we have two experts today that are really going to be sharing from their heart and from their experience. So the practical and the profound. So practical steps, the doing part, the parts that we get to make choices about and choose to do. And the profound part where it's a decision we make, a mindset that we are going to live our life in this way, and then we figure out the how and the steps to do it. So we're going to be talking about weaving those two pieces together so you can have that sustainable, passionate life. Because when we do that, it serves in an incredible way, because there's not another one of you out there. You are the gift, and I want you to live in a passionate, full way, full out, but also in a sustainable model, so we keep getting to have the amazing gift of you in our life, and you get to keep shining and being all that you are and are called to be. So let's take a deep breath. And one more layer I'm going to add on that is another myth that I had, so maybe someone out there believes this too. I did for a long time. I kept believing that someday, somehow, I would arrive at a balanced place. And I would just suddenly, when I arrived to balance land, I would always be in balance. And I discovered that's not how it works. It's more of a choice as we go along, that there isn't this perfect balanced space that we are always in and day out. There are going to be tests to that. There are going to be times we don't get the sleep that we need to get, or stresses in our life, or obligations, or we're pulled so many directions. That I have found the key to balance is developing tools. One, an awareness to recognize, oh, I'm getting a little off center. I'm getting a little off balance. That doesn't mean that I'm doing something wrong or I should criticize or judge myself. It simply means, oh, so let me tap into things that pull me back into balance. And so I've developed ways to, and I'm going to be asking our experts today to share theirs as well, of how do we get back into balance so we can stay there more often in that state of being. And I will share some of the ways I have done that and what I continue to do through the weeks and the days, and when I especially need a little more support, what I do. And I hope that you'll be leaning in and finding those suggestions or ideas or tools that are supportive of you, so you can have your own toolbox to help you stay in balance as you are really stepping into your passion more and more and more. That is our mission today and what we hope to serve and give you. But let's make sure we're at a place to really receive. So if I can have everyone take a breath. You said yes to you. And let us serve you during this time together. So clear your mind as much as you're able to, so you don't have a lot of distractions pulling at you. For those of you who are driving, please keep your hands on the wheel. Be safe. Those of you who are able to, please put both feet on the ground. Take another breath and put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, and go ahead and close your eyes. You're absolutely safe and supported. And I want you to really open your ears to hear. Open your eyes, theoretically, keep them closed physically, but in a profound way, that you can see what is here for you, and your heart to receive deeply. Another breath. And what is it that you need today to serve you, to support you, to step further into your balance, into your passion? What is it that would encourage you on your journey today, on our call together? What is it that you need? And you may get a picture, a memory, a thought. Whatever it is, I invite you to receive. And when you're ready, kind of come back into the room. Take one more breath with us together as we connect and hold this space with you. And write down what it is that you need. Because when we can keep it in front of us and lean in and know what it is that we need, it's a lot easier to say yes to the things that serve us in that way. It's a lot easier to know and recognize and move more quickly and efficiently towards what it is that we need. I really honor that. And I want to try an experiment with all of you today, because I want to support you in whatever it is that you need and whatever it is that you're claiming. So I thought, for those of you who are Twitter fans and tweet, I would love to have you claim what it is that you need, or that you're going to stand in your power, you're going to stand in your balance, or you're claiming your value and your worth. What is it that you want to bring forward and you want our support to do today? And this is how I want you to do it. I want you to write, I claim this, and write down what that is, or I'm standing for this. And then put my handle. It's at Rebecca H. Grider. So that's Rebecca H. for Hall, Grider, Gruyder, T as in Tom, ER. And what I will do is I will retweet that and I will favorite it and I will move that as a kind of creating a ripple effect out in the world, both energetically, so in a profound way and a practical way to really serve and support you and moving forward in a powerful way. So listen for those tweetable moments today as we go through our time together and know that I am here. We are all here to serve and support you. One more breath. And I'd love to open up the floor to my amazing guests and see what they've had placed on their heart to bring forward their intention for you and for themselves today. So, Laurie, do you mind sharing something on your heart?
Well, what came to me during the meditation was patience with myself. And because I'm always want things to happen, right away, especially the good stuff. I don't want to wait for it. I want it to happen now.
Thank you. I think a lot of us can echo that. So thank you for sharing that. How about you, Ruth? Did you have something placed on your heart?
Yes, I am claiming prosperity today.
Love it. Prosperity. Beautiful. Thank you. And Laurie, as you were sharing, what came to my mind and heart was that sometimes, because I echo that too, that I can be a little impatient for the good stuff. Let's just open the gift now. And I can be so much in the future and what I'm excited about and leaning into. I can sometimes miss what's happening today and all the gifts that are there. So I appreciate that reminder. And that's what came to my heart during our time together. Let's really lean in and be fully present to our conversation today and all that it has for you. And Ruth, I also echo and lift up prosperity, that we are just coming together, united, really weaving together our intentions and what is laid upon our heart to bring forward. So listeners, I want you to pause again for a moment and think about what is it you're claiming and bringing forward. What is it that you're taking a stand for you, that you are leaning into? And give us the opportunity to echo that, to replay that out in the universe and really support you as we take a stand together, empowering one another on our journey. Great. And I promised that I would share a couple of those tips on what I do to stay in balance, because I really want you to think about things that are going to support you and your unique balance as we go through our time together. And one of the things I do is I will actually play Christmas music throughout the year. Whenever I'm feeling a little dip on concentration or a little cranky and I still have to do things and get them done, I pop in some Christmas music, and it always lifts my spirit and brings some of that holiday spirit into my life. And then I'm able to kind of bring that energy and focus into my day. And it just takes a minute or two and there's a big shift. So I wanted to give you that little tip and something that I lean into and do. As we go into our commercial break here, I want you to think about what it is that you need. Tweet out into the universe and copy me on that so I can support you and retweet it. And think about what is it you need. And when we come back, we will be stepping into our first expert interview. Look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Are you struggling with changing or re-entering your career? Terry Hockett, CEO of What's for Work and transitional career strategist, works with her clients to craft their personal brand, gain clarity, and create career opportunities. Terry helps her clients discover and stand in their value and learn the tools and techniques needed to successfully navigate today's changing job market. Start today with your free membership. Step powerfully into the career of your dreams. Join Terry at whatsforwork.com. Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that commercial break. You got a moment to listen to your heart and what is it that you need and are claiming today. And I was asked during the commercial break to repeat the handle, so let me share that again. It is Rebecca H as in Hall, so Rebecca H Greider, that's G as in grape, R-U-Y, T as in Tom, E-R. So have your phone ready to tweet. Again, not those of you who are driving, please stay safe, no tweeting and driving. But those of you who are able to, I would love to repeat and share what you are claiming out there and energetically support you in that. Now, as I promised, we are coming to our first expert interview. And let me introduce Laurie to you formally. You got to hear her a little bit in the beginning segment, but let me share a little bit of her background. She is an RN, a holistic practitioner, and has this passion to heal physical and emotional pain so you can reclaim your life. It's no longer owned by the pain, but you can reclaim it. And one of the things I really appreciate about you, Laurie, is how you've brought in this Western and Eastern areas of expertise to really serve people in this way. I think it's really, really beautiful. And I want to officially welcome Laurie Ratto to the show. Welcome.
Thank you, Rebecca. I'm very excited to be here today.
Great. Now, can I ask you why? Why this work is your passion and personally so important to you?
Well, I've been very fortunate in that I've been living my passion my entire life because I've wanted to be a nurse and to help people since I was 4 years old. And what happened through my career of being a nurse is I got out of balance a lot, and I had a stress pattern in myself for almost 20 years that I didn't know how to fix because I didn't want to take medications or anything like that. And I developed some chronic pain of my own. So I went on a quest to heal myself holistically, and that started back in 2008. And what I found with using holistic therapies was so profound, I knew that was my next healing path in life, and now that's what I do. I help women heal holistically.
Beautiful. And I want to pause a moment and celebrate because I don't know very many people that since the age of 4 had that kind of clarity and got to live their passion their whole life. So I just really appreciated you sharing that and celebrate that. I think so many of our passions, we have those indicators early on. We just don't always know it or recognize it or know how to follow it. And what a gift to all of us in your lives that you knew that from such a young age and were able to bring your healing gifts forward in different ways and in different parts of your journey. So I just pause and celebrate that with you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's I found it amazing that that's what happened myself.
I think it's great. Now, as you have gone on your journey, you mentioned that you had this stress pattern. So what sort of techniques did you find helped you, because I want to give people some ideas and tools they can put into their toolkit to decrease stress and overwhelm. I find sometimes those go together and keep you in balance.
Well, Western medicine concentrates on your physical body, and that's all good. You do have to pay attention to that. But you also have to pay attention to your mind and spirit, and they didn't give me any tools for that. And that's had this stress pattern where I would run myself ragged and then all of a sudden explode at my family or friends or whatever. And then I would be cool for a while, and then the same thing would happen. Things would build up. So what I do now is a variety of things depending upon the situation. So if I'm out in public and I'm feeling stressed, the first thing I do is stop and just take a few deep abdominal breaths, because that really stimulates your parasympathetic nervous system and promotes calmness, and you always have it with you, and it's free, and nobody even needs to know you're doing it.
I love that. That has been a profound thing for me to learn, is the pausing and breathing. And one of the reasons I have us do that at the beginning of every show, because it's helped me calm down and listen and be present and focus. And it changes my perspective in as simple as 3 breaths. So thank you for sharing that. Absolutely. Did you have something else you wanted to share? I didn't want to cut you off if you had another tip or idea.
Yeah, I also use essential oils. Because when you inhale an aroma that brings back a positive memory or feeling, it bypasses your conscious brain and goes right to the emotional part of your brain called the amygdala, and you immediately get that relaxation response again without even thinking about it. And some of my favorite oils to use are ylang ylang and jasmine and a blend called Stress Away. And these oils, I just put them on my wrist, take those deep abdominal breaths, and I'm transported to another place, and I'm feeling more grounded and calm.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I love essential oils as well, and those are part of my daily experience. So I really encourage people to lean in and find those scents that serve them. So we've shared a few of your techniques to decrease stress and overwhelm and maintain that balance. But there are some techniques that kind of take some time. This is where I'm pausing as I'm thinking of how I want to ask this question, because we all have busy lives. And we can have unexpected things come along and we're pulled a lot of direction. So are there ways, Laurie, that you have found to build in, to find the time, to build the habits, to bring in the things that can really help you stay in balance in our busy, busy lives?
Yes, I actually schedule them, and I carve out every week at least an hour of time, a block of time for me to do something that really nourishes my mind, body, and spirit. Whether that's going to the beach and taking a walk, going out hiking in a forest, hanging out with friends and not thinking, about work or my to-do list. But you just have to schedule it and make yourself a priority the same way you would make your job or a client or a family member a priority. Because when you nourish yourself and you're in balance, then you can serve everyone else so much better.
I want to underline that. Underline, explanation point. Thank you. Do you mind sharing that last phrase again? I want to make sure people heard this.
Because when you're in balance and at your best, you're better able to serve everyone else around you.
It is key and important and necessary to nourish yourself. And I love how you schedule it in and treat it like an appointment. And I think as a society, we can be really good at serving everyone else, and we'll kind of keep bumping ourselves down the list and moving them towards the top. And if we have a chance, maybe we'll do that thing that nourishes us, because we don't want to be selfish. We want to keep doing the things that are helping others, but that is not a sustainable model. I really want everyone to hear this. It is not a sustainable model. You can't keep doing that. You have to take care of you. Otherwise, you're going to end up on someone's to-do list. because you're burning yourself out. So please carve out time for you. Make yourself the priority so that you can really stay balanced and serve and shine. So thank you for sharing that, Laurie. I just want to take a moment to pause and have people lean into that, because I think it's an epidemic out there that people are sacrificing themselves versus nourishing themselves so they can keep serving others.
Right. And self-care is a necessity, not a luxury.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Say that one more time. I love that. Say it again.
Self-care is a necessity, not a luxury.
Yes. And then you were going to expand, and I cut you off just because I was so excited about that. So what were you going to expand and say?
No, I was just going to say that, and that you need to prioritize you, so you can live, the full life that you want to live and do the things that you want to do. Beautiful.
Thank you. So I don't want to say challenge, but it's an extra credit bonus opportunity for those of you to claim that you are going to nourish yourself, that you really claim that in your life. And here's that tweetable moment, that opportunity to really claim it and put it out there and have it reinforced and shared. And if you want my support in doing that, it's Rebecca H. Grider. Just copy me in on it, and I will retweet and share and echo that out there. Now, I know Laurie is passionate about what she does, and she has walked this journey for a long time and has put together an amazing gift for us. Laurie, do you mind sharing a little bit about that gift?
Thank you. I'd love to. So the gift I have is a guide, how to uplift your mind and spirit with essential oils. And it's going to give you a little information about essential oils in general, and then it lists different types of emotions that you might come across in your day-to-day life, whether it's being a little sad one day or really angry and irritable another for whatever reason, and some oils that can help raise your vibration and help move you out of that into a more positive state.
Beautiful. I love that. So it's a tool to help bring us back into balance and helping us identify some of the scents that we can start using to do that. Fabulous. Oh, love it. Thank you very, very much. So here's the deal, listeners. I will empower you to access this amazing gift, but I want to make sure you stay with us throughout the program. So at the end of the program, I promise, I will share with you how to access Laurie's amazing gift so you can stay in balance in a way that honors and supports you and the amazing gift our next guest expert also will be sharing with you. So as we go into our commercial break, be looking forward to that information in our next interview, and take a moment to really decide what you're going to step forward in and claim today. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Are you struggling with changing or re-entering your career? Terry Hockett, CEO of What's for Work and transitional career strategist, works with her clients to craft their personal brand, gain clarity, and create career opportunities. Terry helps her clients discover and stand in their value and learn the tools and techniques needed to successfully navigate today's changing job market. Start today with your free membership. Step powerfully into the career of your dreams. Join Terry at whatsforwork.com.
Rebecca Hall Grider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall-Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that break and you got an opportunity to really lean in and figure out and listen and see what resonates with you that you're wanting to claim and bring forward in your life starting right now, today. And you want our support in making that happen. So take a breath again, and we will transition to our next expert interview. I'm excited to bring to you Ruth Schwartz, who has 25 years in the music industry, 10 years as a radio-owned, I didn't quite write this right. Do you mind helping me, Ruth? Radio.
I was a DJ for 10 years, yeah.
Thank you. Translating for me. And built a $10 million distribution company. She's an international business leadership coach, and she's passionate about helping entrepreneurs live the life they choose, which I love. So many people and entrepreneurs are creating something because they love it and they're bringing it forward, and then it can be running them instead of helping them create the life they choose. So I love that you are passionate about that. So Ruth Schwartz, I officially welcome you to the show.
Thank you, Rebecca. I'm passionate about being here.
Fabulous. I shared with her behind the break that she was my passion representative.
So I've never been called that before. The passion representative.
I knew title right. We can add that in. Well, I'd love to start with the why. Why the work that you do and helping entrepreneurs and leaders in this way. Why is that personally so important to you?
Well, I was thinking of how to tell this story when Laurie was talking about taking care of yourself. So my story goes back to a young woman. I was very passionate about rock and roll music, and that's what brought me to the radio. I have a broadcasting degree, and what landed me in the middle of a very exciting music scene in San Francisco. And when I was 23 years old, I started my distribution company. I was a part of really a music scene that wanted to do things themselves. Mm-hmm. And as I grew up that company, that company ended up being a $10 million company. As that grew up, I had no idea that's what was going to become of it. But as that was happening, I realized that my passion was not so much doing it yourself, but doing it together.
Beautiful.
So really, what the mission that I had then and the mission that I have now is how are we inclusive about creating what we really want to live. So it's one thing for business owners to say, oh, well, this is the lifestyle I want, and here's the money that I want in my life, and here's the balance that I want. But right now, we're in the middle of a work revolution. You see, what happened in the Industrial Revolution isn't working for us anymore. And so now we get
Ruth,
to recreate it.
I want to stop you just a moment because, and I do want to continue, but you just gave us so many gems that I want to pause for a moment and have them hear and have it land a little bit what you shared. I love how you discovered the passion was in doing it together because, life is not a solo journey and it shouldn't be. And I love how you have this passion of really coming together in collaboration. And to me, what I hear as you're sharing is changing the way that we're doing business and how we're approaching it. So I just wanted to pause and restate that so listeners hear it again, echoed in another voice, because that's so important and really, really powerful.
Well, let let me say it this way.
Sure.
Everybody listening, you get to do it the way you want to do it now. The world is crying for you. The world is giving us permission right now to change the rules, to question everything, and to do it our own way. And if we can do it our own way in collaboration with the people we're working with, that is an amazing opportunity for all of us. So my passion, when I said I'm channeling prosperity, it's not just my own personal prosperity. It's the prosperity for everyone. Like, so in other words, the day where people march off to jobs they don't like, feeling completely underpaid for what they do, raise your hand if that's you. I know there's still a lot of hands up, right? There's way too much of that. So what if we recreate our businesses? What if we take a leadership role in creating what we really want for everybody around us? I wanted the opportunity to tell you what happened to me to bring this back to what Laurie was saying, and which is really the basis of my work now, which is that I went and built a $10 million business. I did it together with an amazing group of people. That business was able to run itself. Everybody was a contributing partner in the business. Everybody's prosperity was attached to what happened. I practiced this for over 20 years. It was an amazing thing. However, when I melted down and burnt out after 23 years in that industry, I realized then, and I realize even better now in hindsight, that I didn't take care of myself. And that's why I burnt out.
Yep.
Even though it sent me on a different trajectory that I love. I mean, I love doing this with other business leaders. But when I look back at it, I realize now that my destiny could have been totally different if I hadn't reached that place of burnt out. And if I had taken care of myself, if I had to do it over again, I might have done it differently. And that is the basis of the work that I do with business leaders now. Because invariably, they are burned out.
And can I bring this back around to you with this, discovering this, and now that you're helping leaders discover this as well, so they can maintain their passion and what they're building and what they're creating. How do you personally maintain that balance with the support you need and the passion in your life? And do you have a couple tips you could share with us today?
There's a couple of really big tips for everybody.
Great.
One is that you have to lead and not manage. So let me say that again. You have to lead and not manage. You have to have leadership skills, not management skills. See, business leaders, especially in small business, believe they have to be managers, that they have to manage everybody. But when you shift your skills to leading instead of managing, and by that I mean it's a we, not a me, because nobody wants to be managed.
Yep.
The minute you change it from a me to a we, then your skill set changes, right? So specifically, you're asking for help. Specifically, you're allowing other people to solve problems. In fact, your whole role changes from making yourself successful to making other people successful. Problem solving, decision making, access to information, being able to include everybody in the process. That's leading, not managing. So that's the number one thing. That's the first thing that's prescribed.
Perfect. And are there ways that you help them stay balanced and focused in a sense? Because when we get into that stress place, we go to me. We lose the we. How do you either do that for yourself or recommend that leaders do that?
Well, what Laurie said was perfect. I mean, you have to shut down. You have to go off grid.
Yep.
And you know, a lot of the really great management and leadership thinking right now is that your brain physically can only handle so much stress. your creativity, your ability to make decisions and solve problems sinks with every excess hour you spend at it. So sometimes we think that if we just grit our teeth hard enough and think hard enough, and we are trying to think our way out of problems, that's not when it happens. Because all of us know that it's the walk in the woods, it's the shower, There's all these other places where great ideas and creativity come to us.
Yep.
Why? Because we're not gritting our teeth and thinking our way through a problem. Yep. So balance is 4 parts, right? Balance is the mental, the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual. So if you're mentally overwrought, which is where business leaders get, then you have to go into one of the other places. You have to step back and say, well, what do I need? Is it physical? Do I need sleep? Do I need food? Do I need exercise? Is it emotional? Do I need a hug, some intimate time with my spouse, to be around the people that I care about? Sometimes it means making a phone call in the middle of the afternoon to feel connected to somebody. Or is it spiritual? Because for a lot of us, we just lose our spirit.
Yep.
Do I need a meditation practice? Do I need a prayer practice? What do I need? Is it just a moment?
Exactly.
The deep breathing works because you can step away for that one moment and have an experience in your body. It's physical. Yep. You change your physiology. That's why I loved what she said.
Beautiful. And Ruth, I know that you've put together an amazing gift for us, and I wanted to give you a moment to share a little bit about what that is so they're leaning in with anticipation.
Well, there are 2 reports that I put together, which are the Business Person Survival Guide and the Successful Business Leaders Survival Kit. And in each one of them, you get sort of a different set of 5 practices that you can put into play. You don't have to do all 10 of them. If you got both reports for free, you'd get 10, right? You don't have to do all 10, but even if you did one. And I think one of them I've already mentioned, which is how to ask for help and how to build an asking practice, how to build vulnerability back into your life. So I built those reports, and they're free for the taking.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for making those available. And listeners, I want you to take a moment and pause and see what it is that you need. You've heard that theme throughout our show today, that one of the keys to really stepping into your passion and maintaining it, maintaining that balance, which is what I think is key to being able to shine and keep shining, is really pausing and seeing what it is you need, asking the questions. And vulnerability, I think, is a big one, Ruth, that a lot of times we're afraid to ask for help, that we feel vulnerable, and we're doing that. We don't necessarily see it as a strength. But I believe it actually can be a great gift and a great strength to know when to ask for help and to lean in and to maintain your balance. So I really, really encourage all of you to lean into these generous gifts that are being made available to you. And the reason we make these gifts available is because we're investing in you. We want to bring tools and resources into your life that empower you to move forward. So as we go into our commercial break, I want you to think about what it is you are claiming in your life today. And I would love to reinforce that message for you, to put my energy behind it at Rebecca H. Grider. I will retweet, favorite, save, and move your message forward. So please include me in that process. Lean into this commercial break, and when we come back, I'll let you know how to access these amazing gifts. Talk to you.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Are you struggling with changing or re-entering your career? Terry Hockett, CEO of What's for Work and transitional career strategist, works with her clients to craft their personal brand, gain clarity, and create career opportunities. Terry helps her clients discover and stand in their value and learn the tools and techniques needed to successfully navigate today's changing job market. Start today with your free membership. Step powerfully into the career of your dreams. Join Terry at whatsforwork.com.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you've been enjoying the show, that you enjoyed your break, and I want to deliver what I promised. So I am hoping that you have felt our support and our energy throughout the show to really empower you to step into your passion, to maintain your balance, and to remember to put yourself at the top of the list, not at the bottom, so that you can really keep serving, keep bringing forward what you're called to bring forward from the overflow, not from what you need to nourish yourself, but from the overflow, and inviting you to really claim that out in the universe today and let us echo and support that for you. We hope that you've gotten some great tips and some practical steps, from Christmas music listening to breathing to oils to asking and pausing and seeing what it is you need, that you can start applying some of these tools and activities in your life right now and really start listening to what it is so you can build your own formula for balance and support that nourishes you, that encourages you, that energizes you, not the things that drain you. That's not bringing the balance back, but the things that really help give you a bounce in your step and really enliven you. How are you going to start bringing those things into your life? And then we have the amazing gifts that both Laurie and Ruth have generously made available to you. This is how you access those. You simply go to radiogifts, and that's plural, .net. So radio gifts, because there are multiple gifts, .net, .net. And you will see a world of amazing gifts open up. You simply put your name and email address in there so we can stay in touch. You'll see some gifts from me to support and serve you on your journey. And then you'll see the gifts that Ruth and Laurie are making available. And you just select those that are going to empower and encourage you on your journey. And this is why we actually put it in your hands to say yes or no, because I really want to empower you and equip you in your life to be a leader, to say yes to you and put yourself in that center place so that you can serve and shine fully, to empower and equip you to say yes or no to what's going to serve you. So the action you get to take is to go to that page and choose the tools and the resources that you want to serve and move you forward. And it helps you also stay in relationship with these experts that are offering the gifts. So it's a really great opportunity to build your support network to keep moving forward powerfully. So let's take a breath and pause again and see what it is that you need, that you are going to actually bring into activity into your life, that practical step to encourage you and empower you on your journey. And I asked both of my guests if they would mind sharing one more key tip from their places of wisdom and expertise to serve and support you. And they both leaned in and said yes. So I'd love to have Ruth, if you would mind sharing what was on your heart to continue to empower our listeners today.
Each one of us has our own unique genius style. And not only is it important to find your own, but it's really motivating to other people if you are working with others to be able to recognize the genius in them. That's the most motivating thing that we can do. And when we can do that, we can start to collaborate in a much fuller and richer way. In other words, the more we get to be ourselves with each other, the more successful we become.
Beautiful. And that goes back to us being we, which I love, and collaboration. And I just want to add on what you shared with it. I think it's such a gift to be able to reflect to others the genius, because sometimes we are so much in ourselves that we can't see how we're uniquely and beautifully made. And so what an opportunity. Here's something else we can claim out there. I'm going to tell 3 people in my life what I think is amazing about them and that I appreciate. Let's get that ripple going. Love it.
Extremely motivating to the people around you.
Exactly. And that can be the thing that boosts and encourages. So thank you, Ruth. Laurie, how about you? Did you have something on your heart to share as well?
Well, I shared about carving out blocks of time to do something that nourishes your soul, but you also need to do that every day, whether it's taking a walk around the block and clearing your mind and noticing what's around you and being in the present moment, to getting your favorite beverage and sitting outside in your garden and just enjoying that. Just little things. You need to do that every day for yourself.
Beautiful. So I encourage you to pull out that calendar and that schedule and put yourself there first and carve out the activity that's going to serve and support you in the time. Like, put it in there and be kind of excited about the moments. I saw this video on Facebook the other day. I'll watch Facebook videos every once in a while. That's another thing I'll do to kind of balance. But I put a time limit, 10 minutes. And I'll watch. And there was one where it was at a gas station, and the guy was going to give away free gas to whoever came to that pump that they selected. And they were watching them through a camera. And so we have the television screen, and the person was actually live interacting. And this whole story unfolds where the guy's surprised, and then they challenge him to karaoke, and he starts singing, and his wife's like hiding in the car, just dying. Laughing, can't believe this is happening. And they finally coerce her and get her to come out. And she has a beautiful voice too and starts singing. And it becomes this duet, and it becomes contagious. And one of the things she does is she's singing and she's owning the stage. When there's a pause and there's just music playing, she's like, dance break, and then had everyone around kind of dancing. And what I can tell you is that video I watched several times. I shared it. A lot of people really enjoyed it. So it created this moment to nourish and pause and have a smile and enjoy something, because they were so enjoying the whole experience. They completely leaned in. And now from time to time, I have that phrase come in my head that says dance break, and I'll just do it. And I'll just dance around for a couple minutes and move around just having fun. And I think, what if we could start creating that, which we can. I fully grant you permission if you're waiting for it, though you don't need my permission, to start bringing those little dance breaks or oil breaks or breathing breaks in your life. And you can do it in 1 minute. You can do it in 2 minutes. The breathing, no one even has to know. Like the dance break, they can see. Maybe you want that. It's all up to you. But you can take a moment and just do the deep breathing, a breathing break. And it's all about you to serve and support you. Start bringing that life and energy, and it does fuel your passion into your life. It makes a huge difference. Because if somebody hasn't told you today, I want to remind you, you are beautifully and wonderfully made, uniquely, with your own color, your own fragrance, the own vibrancy that you bring to everyone around you. You are made on purpose and for a purpose and are absolutely needed. And I want you to thrive. I want you to build these practices in your life so you can sustain the journey with passion and joy and balance, because you make a huge difference. Wherever you go, whatever you do, whatever may come, my desire for you is to always, always bloom where you're planted and shine. Look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Greiter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.